tell you a story, Representative Boebert. My dad was diagnosed with terminal kidney cancer, and I got 4 extra years of life with him, thanks to life-extending medication that his union retiree benefits covered. You voted to keep the medicine high and out of reach for millions of seniors that gave me 4 extra years of life with my father. That was a clear vote. You voted against it.
So look, that assuming that all of that is accurate, and so far it seems like it is, that's a pretty strong little point made by the Democratic challenger to Lauren Boebert. This is Trisha Calvarese. We recently profiled one of her provocative ads challenging Lauren Boebert to a debate in the theater where the infamous Beetlejuice situation happened. Now that didn't happen. That's evidently not going to happen. But they did have that debate at least. Now, there's not a lot of footage coming out of this. It wasn't a big televised debate. It's a small little thing. And we'll get to maybe next steps on that. But it's good to see at least a little bit of them debating. It's going to be a tough race for the Democrat there.
A storm is tearing up the digital media industry. Only our audience can save us in these difficult times. Help us reach our goal of 100,000 new members at tyt.com/team.
We want to move to a little bit more of what they talked about. This next topic is going to be on veterans.
If you're going to take care of folks, like what about our veterans, Lauren? Because you're talking about lots of cuts and how to pay for things. I think if you're going to be America first, you can't put veterans last. So I do just want to point to your vote that you voted against care for veterans exposed to cancer-causing toxins and burn pits during war. So we definitely have different priorities, because I believe we should take care of our veterans, always.
Are you done? All right. So when it comes to our veterans, I have absolutely put them first. In my first year, we were in the minority, and unfortunately, not all the legislation was great. And the omnibus bills have put in something really beautiful for our veterans.
Yeah, but it was so beautiful, so great for them or whatever. What was with the casual disrespect of the "Are you done"? Like when she's hitting you with your actual record, what do you have? You have your little Mean Girls comment, "Are you done?" The weird disrespect. Have you not shown enough disrespect at this point, Lauren Boebert? But anyway, we'll get to one of maybe the biggest issues for her in this race, something that she's been rightly mocked a lot about online. But Sharon, I wanted to give you a chance to jump in here. As we said, this is going to be a tough race. She went to this district because it's more Republican, but it's good to see that her challenger is taking it to her.
Yeah, I love it. And I actually love the challenger's tone, because it's this non-combative but full of venom and reflection of your own record thing that I think is masterful. Because now she still, you're right, got in the mean girl thing, Boebert, because that's what she does. I'm surprised she didn't turn her and say, "Your butt looks enormous," because that's usually what that type does. That's it. That's what they do. They go do the CrossFit thing constantly, while others of us perhaps are not as fortunate to be able to do that. And then they body shame. So that's probably coming next. The only thing I would like to see is a town hall format where little seniors get to ask questions and seem sweet and innocent, and their hair is nice and shiny, that little shiny stuff they do with gray hair now that looks marvelous. I can't wait till the day comes. And then they stand up and they are like lightning in the room, and they have all their facts together, and I've seen it happen, and it can dramatically affect the race, an incumbent, all of that. So that's what I would like to see. But this to me is brilliant, because of course she's short on a rebuttal and probably doesn't even know the things that she voted for, except what someone told her, do this, do that, Matt Gaetz or whoever.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think a town hall would be great. I think that a bigger televised debate would be great, and I know that Calvarese is pushing for that. I would guess that it's probably not going to happen unless Boebert sees. I don't know if much public polling is out yet, but if they see polling or if they do internal polling that implies that it's unexpectedly close, then maybe she would. But generally, if you're the incumbent and if you think that you have a pretty easy path, there's not much reason to do it. She doesn't seem like the sort of person with the natural bravery or boldness to just do it to prove herself. I think that she would probably run from that. I'm honestly surprised that they had this at all. But I have other general thoughts. I want to stick on the back and forth they had though, because a little bit later on, after what you saw, Boebert is explaining that she couldn't include amendments in a bill. So she's obviously been criticized a lot for voting against bills and then going on social media after they pass anyway and being like, yeah, we got money. I brought stuff back to the district even though I tried to kill it. And so in this particular case, we're gonna have the Democrat responding to that attempted defense.
When that bill first came up, I was in the minority and amendments were closed on the House floor. I could not give a Colorado voice to the men and women who have served in our military on that legislation. Because
That was
we were not
one
allowed
piece of
to
legislation. What about cuts to the VA? You proposed significant cuts to the VA that would hurt veterans, caregivers, their families. It would hurt homeless vets. It would hurt telehealth for vets. Don't sit here and tell us because you voted against one bill that you will somehow hurt veterans. No, thank you.
I mean, that was good. Not only the fact that it got a good response, but it was a great point. And I'm not just saying that. I think Boebert thought it was a great point because she like did this as if to say something, and then I think that nothing came to her. Like, yeah, that is actually a good point. That was just one bill. I could have done all sorts of other stuff, and I didn't. Yeah, that does look pretty bad. Look, because we know why. We know exactly why. The support that the Republicans give to the troops comes in the form of a flag and maybe a sign on the lawn, and maybe at one of her restaurants or whatever, you get like a 3% discount or something. And then that's it. And then, the VA is being destroyed. You're not getting any benefits or whatever. We're gonna send you to go die for oil or something. Maybe we'll invade northern Mexico. You can die in a war with the cartels or something. But oh man, we're gonna have the best parade for you when you come home and have no home. But anyway, so yeah, she looks bad in that case. And it sucks that it's not gonna be likely to be not a more even battle because she does seem to be outclassed. But what do you think?
Yeah, and then you may not be being fair to the Republicans. Don't forget the thumbs up in Section 60. They also
That's
are
true.
good.
That is nice.
There's that to pay their respects that way. It's just buffoonery. But you're right too about her doing this. It's akin to like, hold me back, and it's like you're not even trying to fight here. So stop it. Okay, it's all fake news, and your friend is kind of loosely with their arm around your belly to kind of just contain you. She is just the worst Karen. I'm sorry. This is Karenicity at its finest in politics. And it's just sick to me. It's actually not brave at all. And I think you're onto something here. She won't show up to any larger forum. It's actually quite asinine that she would show her face in public and try to defend a record that she has no idea about. She has no idea about the pain and suffering she's caused people. And she has no idea about her own record, even. I think it's asinine.
Yeah, she's just not a serious person. Like she thought,
I could have just reduced it to that. She's not a serious person.
Trump got elected, so I can tell some jokes about Ilhan Omar being a terrorist or something like that. Like, isn't that enough? I have to like talk about like telehealth. Why do I have to do that? Like, she's one of those sorts of candidates. Exactly. I just want to pose with my gun, wear a little pin or whatever, like make a mockery of the fact that kids are being killed. She's that sort of politician. I would love to see them no longer in office. Thanks for watching our video. Did you know that you can support our show by becoming a subscriber? Just click the subscribe button and also ring the bell so that you get notifications when we're live or when we post new content.